everyone. Welcome back to Mindful Talk with me, Angie. My name is Angela and I'm a clinical psychologist based in Nigeria. If you are new here, I welcome you specially to my channel. Please kindly subscribe, like and share this video. And if you are always a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming by. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. I truly love you all. Thank you. Yes, so in this video, based on a subscriber's request, I'm going to be talking about children's mental health. Although this channel is meant for everyone's mental health, both young, both old, mental health, relationship talks, and mental health talks generally. So, welcome to my channel. So let's get right into the video. Today's topic is about autism. Autism is a complex neurodevelopmental disorder that often starts showing when a child is from age 12 and above to when they are up to 3 years, but some children actually start showing those signs of autism from when they are born. So how much are parents observant of their children when they have them? So that's why we're advocating that mothers especially should pay attention to their child's development and observe their child's developmental milestones. We can actually, if you're a new parent, for instance, you can actually read up on at each time a child is growing, each week, each month, what the child's developmental milestone is supposed to attain. If a child is not attaining it, then you can actually seek for help, and so that you can seek for the right help on time and you find solution to it. So autism has no known cause. Scientists have not been able to identify a cause for autism, although they are of the opinion that autism might be a familial thing, maybe genetic, maybe in a family, biological factor can cause autism. And then they're also saying that autism could be caused by probably the age of the parents as the child was conceived, at the time the child was conceived, So if, for instance, a child was conceived when the parents are probably old, it could be a sign that a child may have autism, especially if it is also now in their biology and their biological factor, like it's in their family, it's a genetic thing. So, and then another sign is that autism could be caused by probably the medication that the mother took while pregnant for the child. So if you're pregnant, you notice you're pregnant, as the time you notice, please do not take any medication that is not prescribed to you by your doctor. Do not self-medicate when you're pregnant. Once you notice you're pregnant, if you have to take any medication, if you're sick, please seek the help of your doctor before taking any medication, so that you don't cause any problem for your child that you are going to have and also yourself. So let's go right into the signs. I'm going to be mentioning just 10 signs of autism. Although some children may show more than these 10 signs, or show a few of the signs I'm going to be mentioning, or just not show any sign at all, right? Yes, so if you have a child and you've not been able to know particularly what is wrong with that child, so watch this video so that you can know if it is autism or other developmental disorders that children may have, and then you find solution. We have other developmental problems and disorders that children actually may have. So I'm going to be talking about children's mental health in other videos. We are going to be talking about other topics for children so that we can know and help them find solution on time. So number one sign that a child is having autism is that they do not respond to their name when they are age 12. So as at the time a child is 12 months old, they're supposed to be able to identify and respond to their names. So when a child at that age is consistently, you've observed over time that the child is not responding to his or her name when you call the child, it could be a sign that the child is having autism. The number two sign that a child might be having autism is that they like to play and stay on their own. If you observe this over time, for a period of from the time they are 12 months old until probably once it is for a few months, they like to be on their own. Often and often, it actually happens consistently like that. It could be a sign that the child is having autism. The number three sign that a child might be having autism is that they don't like to express their emotions and their needs. They don't like to say what they want. From probably when they are 2 years old, they don't say, I want water, I want to eat, mommy, I want to wee, I want to poo. They don't say all those things. It could be a sign that a child is having autism. Number four sign that a child is having autism is that they avoid physical contact, they avoid eye contact. When you're talking to them, they don't look at you in the eyes. When you are, trying to give them a hug, they avoid it. They don't like to be hugged, they don't like to shake, they don't like to give high five, and all those signs. Once a child at the age of, from that age of 12 months, 1 year to 2, 3, they are not given physical contact and eye contact, it could be a sign that the child is having autism. The fifth sign that a child is having autism is that they have delayed speech and delayed language. At the appropriate age appropriate milestone they're supposed to have, at the, let's say for instance, a child who is 12 months plus, who is supposed to at least be saying dada, mama, and all those other speeches that children of their age are saying, they are not saying it at their own milestone, they are not attaining that speech milestone at that age. It could be a sign that the child is having autism. So parents should pay attention to all these signs. Parents should, be observant. Learn to be observant with your children and pay attention so that you can help your children get better as they are growing. Sign that a child may be having autism is that they have repeated phrase. It's called echolalia. They repeat a phrase. They say it often and often, consistently over weeks, months, and as time goes on, it's always in their speech. They say one thing at a particular time, and it's often in their mouth. And they also don't like to express gestures, like they don't like to wave, they don't like to point, they don't like to say I want this, this is what I want. Like if you want to give them biscuit and they say this is the one I want, they don't say it. So it could be a sign that a child is having autism. Number 7 sign that a child is having autism is that they have repetitive behaviors. They like to flap their hands, they like to jump often and often. When a child is jumping all the time, jumping here and there, flapping of their hands and all that, it could be a sign that a child might be having autism. The next sign that the child might be having autism is that they are fixated on an object or an activity for a long time. Say for instance, a child is always paying attention to something and they are not taking their mind, their eyes, their attention away from it for a long time. The next day they do the same thing. They probably take another object and fascinating objects to them, and they don't remove their eye, they don't take their attention away from that object or from that activity. It could be a sign that the child might be having autism. Next sign that the child might be having autism is that they have a repetitive routine that they don't like to be disrupted. Their routine from the beginning of their day to the end, the next day the same thing, the weeks and months, they have a particular routine that they like to maintain, they like to carry out, that they don't like it disrupted. It could be a sign that such child might be having autism. The last sign that the child might be having autism is they are constantly moving and having hyperactive behaviors. They are always in the move, they are always running, jumping, like I said, they always having hyperactive behavior. They are not attentive, they are not still, they are not calm, and you've observed that for weeks, for months. Please, it could be a sign that child may be having autism. So if you have a child who has any of these signs, probably has all of these signs that I've mentioned, or even more that I didn't mention, it could be a sign that the child will need attention as soon as possible. Maybe a child only have a few of the symptoms I've mentioned, or just 2, or just a few, like I said. it's also a sign that the child would need help. So parents who have such child should seek for the right help at the right place. So the first way to help such child is first of all to seek the help of a pediatrician. So if your child is having any of these symptoms, please seek the help of a pediatrician firstly. Afterwards, then the pediatrician will be able to identify if the signs is mild, moderate, or severe. If you have a child who has a severe symptom of autism, please let the child be in a special school meant for children with autism. There they will take care of them and pay attention to them. And if it is a severe, if it's a mild or moderate symptom of autism, it is advisable that the child is allowed to attend mixed schools, mainstream schools, so that they can observe other children who does not have autism, and then they can learn communication skills, social skills from them, and also other developmental skills from other children in that school. So this also takes me to school management. School management should at least try to employ teachers who have a little bit knowledge about developmental milestones for children, so that once if the parent of the child is not able to identify any of those signs, they can help the parents to observe the child and make it known to the parent that I've observed this about your child, I think the child might be needing help. And if you have identified this sign yourself, you should make it known to school authorities about your child's condition, so that the teacher can pay special attention to that child and avoid that child being bullied in school or segregated and having been socially withdrawn from other peers. Take the help of a pediatrician. The pediatrician will be able to tell you if the child might be needing a speech therapist, if you have to do the speech therapist work yourself. Yes, there are sometimes when children actually outgrow these signs of autism. They outgrow it as time goes on if it is not the severe sign, like I said earlier. So the pediatrician would be able to point out what the parents will be able to do for the child to get better. The pediatrician would also tell the parents what other things that would be that needed to be done for the child to get better. If you cannot see a pediatrician, you should also seek the help of a clinical psychologist, so that the clinical psychologist can help to identify any of these signs in this child and find the right help at the right places. So if you have a child in a special school who has autism, please pay attention to that child. Always show the child the love, the care, and the attention that they need. We've seen cases where parents actually abandon their children in special schools. They don't go back to check up on them. Please, if you are such parent, please go back to check on your child. That child is a gift from God to you and should be given the same attention, the same love, the same care that other children in the family actually enjoy. So if you're such parent, please go back to check on your child, give them love, give them care, give them attention, show them what the growing up is all about, and let them learn their own way. There was a study I conducted about autism some years ago about children being in mainstream schools. So please, if you have a child who has autism, let them be loved. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have learned something. If there are other signs that you know that children who have autism actually exhibit that I didn't mention earlier in the video, please, you can actually put it in the comment section. Let's hear from you, let's learn from you, so that other mothers, parents can also know these signs and learn and find the right help for their child. Thank you for watching this video. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.